We talk about willpower as if it were a mysterious fuel that some people have and others don't. William James gives a simpler answer. For him, will is the effort of attention held long enough to trigger action. When I say I willed myself to do it, what I really did was keep my mind on a chosen object, this page, this call, these steps despite the pull to wander. The act followed because attention stayed put long enough. This is good news. I don't need a perfect mood to act. I need a procedure that lets attention hold. James links will 2-3 forces: attention, habit, and body state. Attention is the spotlight. Where it rests, behavior follows. Habits are the riverbeds. Repeated acts make future acts easier. Body state tilts the whole field. Arousal up or down can steady the beam or make it shake. The practical goal is to design these three so that action becomes likely even when motivation is low. Instead of waiting to feel ready, I set conditions where readiness is not required. Begin with framing the object of attention. Vague goals split the spotlight. Precise goals focus it. Work on my project becomes write 3 sentences for the intro. Get in shape becomes walk 10 minutes around the block. James would have us fix details in advance: same place, same time, same cue, so the startup cost shrinks. Every repetition lays a groove. The river returns there with less effort tomorrow. This is will transformed into design. Next, recruit the body. James's view of emotion, often called James Lange, says that bodily change precedes and shapes feeling. If I need to act, I don't argue with my mood. I change my state. 1 minute of longer exhales, shoulders down, eyes steady. 1 brisk walk, 1 cold splash of water. The physiology shift quiets inner noise and attention becomes easier to hold. From here, the smallest step is within reach. Will loves small openings. Start with an action that is too easy to resist. Open the document, write a sloppy line, set a 10-minute timer. The moment the first move is done, attention has an anchor in the world. Momentum replaces bargaining. James would say the effort appears at the hinge, holding focus just long enough for behavior to begin. After that, habit and environment carry part of the load. A James-style protocol for acting without motivation looks like this. Frame 1 tiny concrete target. Downshift the body for 30 to 60 seconds. Remove obvious hijacks: phone in another room. Single tab, materials ready. Start the clock for a short, honest interval of 20–25 minutes, and do only the target. When the interval ends, leave a trace. 3 lines about what moved, what blocked, and the next smallest step. The trace is tomorrow's cue. It tells the spotlight where to land again. Use this across domains. For study, pre-write 1 question on a sticky note. Read 1 page, then produce a 1-sentence summary from memory. For work, define done before you start headline. Proof, consequence, so attention knows what to hunt. For anxiety, label the state, lengthen the exhale, orient to the room, and take 1 outer step. You can control send 1 message, clean 1 square foot, pay 1 bill. For exercise, put shoes by the door the night before and commit only to 10 minutes. Most days you'll keep going once you start. James warns about common traps. Waiting for motivation turns into waiting forever. Action creates the feeling you hoped to have. Relying on will alone while leaving distractions in place wastes energy. Redesign the context so attention has helped. All or nothing plans burn out will. Tiny consistent acts carve durable grooves. Self-judgment for drifting attention adds friction. The training rep is not staying on task forever. It is returning gently every time you notice the drift. Will is not heroism on demand. It is procedure. Hold attention long enough for the first move. Make the first move small enough to cross. Let habit and design carry more weight than mood. Leave a trace so tomorrow begins where today ended. Over time, the effort of attention required shrinks because the groove deepens. You feel more disciplined, but what really changed is the architecture around your choices. James's promise is humble and powerful. You need a different personality to act. You need reliable steps that make action probable. Frame the target. Calm the body, protect the spotlight, begin tiny, and leave a trace. Repeat this loop, and identity follows behavior. In his terms, will becomes the art of returning attention to what matters until it moves your hands and your feet. That art is teachable, and it can start today.